Hey everybody, Pat Hogan here. How you doing? Today I'm going to show you how to tie a trucker's hitch. In sailing, generally what we use a trucker's hitch for is it's usually when something breaks and we need to tie something down sort of temporarily, get us through a race or get us through the day. Or if there's a line, maybe you want to string an awning for the evening and you want that line to be tight. This is a good way to make any line tight or to pull down, to hold a load. So imagine you're sailing and the your tack breaks free on your jib. You might go up forward and use a trucker's hitch to tie it down and put some pressure on it to hold your tack down and keep your luff straight while you finish the race. So the way you do this is you have your line, and generally you go to something. For the purposes of demonstration, we're gonna go to this table, okay? And the idea is to put some strain on this line, and you can keep it straight or even pull the table towards me to pull that load. You wanna put some pressure on that. And the way you do that is you tie a loop, first of all, in the line. Now I'm going to show you how to do this more in a close-up video in just a little bit. But I'm just going to go ahead and tie this loop. And again, I'll come back to this in a minute. It doesn't really matter how you tie the loop. There's all different knots you can use. I would not use an overhand knot because you'll never get it out. So now that we have a loop in the line, you take your line and you can pass it around, and you can use this as mechanical advantage to put strain on this load. Just pull it down. You put a hitch in here, and that's not going to go anywhere. If you want to make it permanent, you can pull this, or more permanent, you can pull this all the way through, or just put a second hitch like that. So that is a trucker's hitch. I'll do that one more time. It's pretty straightforward. I won't retie the loop. We'll put a loop in the line. You take the line to whatever your load is, up to the loop, and now you can pull with a 2-to-1 mechanical advantage. And by putting a hitch in the line, you can keep it there. So there you go, a trucker's hitch. And I will show you how to tie this loop in a video coming up now. Okay, here we go. I'm going to show you how to tie a loop in a line that will come out when you want it to come out. There's two ways to do this. The first way is a single bowline on a bight. So you have a line, you don't have access to either end of the line, so you make a bend, and it's actually two bends, one end down here, one bend up here. A bend is called a bight. You take the bends and you kind of pin that one like that. You hold this one like this, and this one you kind of tie as though it was one line. You pass it underneath. This is called the working part, or the standing part here. This is called the working part. The working part goes underneath, and then it goes over the top, and then just through your original loop. And then you just tighten it up. That is a single bowline on a bight. And if you look at it, it kind of looks like a bit of a bowline there. Do that one more time for you. Make two bends or bights. The one bight goes underneath. And then on top of, and then just through that hole that you made. There you go. Yeah, one thing I need to mention about the single bowline on a bite is that it's a directional knot. So let's tie a quick one here. Here's our bite, goes under, over the top, and through here like this. Okay, and all is hunky-dory if you're pulling like that. But if you invert it and try to pull like this, it flips over and becomes a slip knot. And depending upon the application, that might mess your day up. Anyway, word to the wise. Okay, here is the other way to make a loop in a line. This is, it's called a alpine butterfly knot. And it's a knot that I never really used to like to tie because it's kind of a pain, the old-fashioned way. I'm not going to even get into the old-fashioned way. But to tie it, all you do is you lay the line across your hand, make a loop, and then make a loop between the two loops. Then you take this end out by your fingers, pull it under here, and just tighten it up. And that is an alpine butterfly knot. And again, this is a knot that's easy to tie and comes apart really easy. So I'll tie that again for you. Just lay it in your hand, a loop between the loops. Take the end out by your fingers, tuck it in underneath the whole mess. And there you go. Okay.